All right, welcome back to Coco the Experience. We had some technical difficulties, but we are back and we're starting over. Welcome to Coco the Experience, where we heal, have fun, and talk about real shit. Tonight we're discussing and breaking barriers, and we're talking about normalizing life in the disability community, from relationships to employment, with special guest Taria Jackson, who is Miss Wheelchair Alabama 2019. Also, she is first runner up Miss Wheelchair America 2020, and she's also my good friend. So, welcome to the show, Taria.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so glad to have you and your beautiful spirit on tonight's show. How are you tonight?
Good. Yes. How about you?
Good, can't complain. It don't do any good
Right?
anyway. So I'm gonna let you introduce yourself to the people. Tell them about who you are, what you do, some of the things that you have done, and about your wonderful personality.
Okay. Like Dominique said, my name is Talia Jackson, and me and Coco we met at Parker High School, and I graduated in '09, and she graduated in '08. But we ended up connecting at Lawson Community College, and we've been friends ever since. About me, I'm a graduate from the University of Alabama, Roll Tide, and oh
What
my God, I
Eagles?
forgot. Oh Lord, I forgot. So I have my bachelor's in psychology and my master's is in social work, and so I did a few I have experience in the mental health and also working with individuals with disability, finding them housing and making sure their house was handicap accessible and things of that nature. So after that, I ended up running for Miss Wheelchair Alabama, and I never been into beauty pageant or anything like that. But it's really not a beauty pageant. It's about how you advocate for individuals with disabilities. So my message was equality, making sure people with disabilities were receiving just you know trying to
What?
normalize receiving the same treatment as able bodies. And that was my message I was trying to get across. So I was crowned Miss Wheelchair Alabama 2019. And then I ran for Miss Wheelchair America 2020 and was crowned first runner up. So I am really excited. I still work with my pageant sisters, and our goal is to just normalize how individuals, able bodies, see individuals with disabilities. So that's about it with what I'm trying to do,
Okay.
what I've done. Um, so I have a few other things that I'm working on, and I can't wait to discuss that with you guys later.
Okay. You have always been this vibrant person, and I just love it. How did you feel when you first won Miss Wheelchair Alabama?
First, I didn't even realize they called my name. I was like, I don't know what I was thinking, but it's like I had to come back to reality. Then I
Mhm.
realized I won, and it was amazing. It really was because I I always been afraid of public speaking, and just I get nervous just talking to two people in a room. So the fact that I was able to get my speech and get my message across, and people, they listen,
Mm.
to what I was trying to say. And so it was amazing.
Okay.
It's
Um, I bet you was just overwhelmed in the moment because I can just see you now. Hold on, they called my name. So I know that was a great feeling. I know your family was proud. I know I was proud. I was like, that's my friend. That's my friend. So it's always good when your friends are excelling in life and doing stuff that is just just making a shine to the community as a whole, especially coming from Parker High School, one of the oldest black schools in the state of Alabama. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and you really made us proud. And I speak for everybody when I say us, because I mean, how many people have actually ran and won? So that's a great thing that you did. So jumping into tonight's show, just want to remind everybody that we're talking about normalizing life in the disability community, from relationships to employment. So we're gonna start with some of the employment barriers in the disability community. What employment barriers have you had, Taria?
Um, so I have no problem getting an interview. I would, especially if it's over the phone,
Mhm.
because people gonna assume you're normal.
Mhm.
So, but once they see you and they see that you have ability, they automatically assume you can't do the work.
Mhm.
And so, not only do I have that problem, but my friends with disabilities have that problem. And it's kind of heartbreaking because I truly believe everyone has a talent. I
Mhm.
don't care what your ability, disability, whatever. I truly believe that. And people with disabilities, all they want is a chance to prove what they're capable of. And
Mhm.
so it's very hard when you know that you can do the work, but they don't believe you can do the work.
Mhm.
And they're not even giving you a chance.
Yeah.
They just miss you as soon as they see you. So I had a few friends, even Jeremy.
Mhm.
Jeremy, he had issues for years finding a job, and you don't want to harass people,
Right,
and
but
that's
you
sad.
gotta make money too.
Yep,
You
yep,
gotta make.
and it's pretty sad, um, because you people with disabilities, we're not stupid. We
Right.
know when we know when we're being dismissed. We
Mhm.
know when we're being judged, and so it's very heartbreaking. My goal is to change the way able bodies view us.
Mhm.
Train us. A company with 1,000 employees and your disability rate is 2%. That's the problem.
That
You
is a problem.
know, so that's one of my goals is to teach people, especially in the HR, how to, you know, accommodate individuals with disability and to normalize it. Treat
Right.
them as if I think about it like this. If you had a disability, you don't want anyone to treat you any differently. So why
Right.
would you do it to anyone else?
Exactly.
So that's my thing. I people with individuals with disability have a right to work just like anybody else.
Mhm. And
And
just because you're physically in a wheelchair doesn't mean that you don't have the mental capacity to do the
eh,
job. And we definitely have to change that mindset, because you, you got more degrees than me. I mean, I'm just saying, and I got a lot of degrees, but you got more degrees than me. So you have definitely, beat the odds, and you have been an example to other people that are disabled. And that speaks volumes to a lot of people. And we do have to, even me, not only the disabled should be speaking out on this issue. able-bodied people should be speaking out on this issue too, because we have to stand together in order for us to make a difference. And
Mhm.
so, when it comes to employment, at the end of the day, um, people automatically say, "Oh, she got a disability check, she okay." Well, okay, maybe I do, but that's not enough to run a household. That's not
Right.
enough to keep gas in the car. That's not enough to pay life insurance. That's not enough, to do other stuff like you. One of the things that I love about you is that you actually live a life. Um,
Mhm.
don't let that wheelchair stop you. What did that shirt I made you a few years back say? I can't remember.
Life is too short to roll slow.
Yeah, life is too short to roll slow, and you definitely don't roll slow. You definitely still live your everyday life, and you enjoy it. I see you travel more than me, and that is amazing because it's so many people that that are able bodied that are not as that is not getting the same experiences that you are getting, and that's I'm glad that you're on the show to actually talk about it because it may be somebody that disabled that wants to do those things, but they're afraid to because they're scared about how people will view them. But you're
Mhm.
still normal.
Yeah.
And why we need to normalize it because you're still a person. You still have wants, you still have needs, and this is life. We're here to
Mhm.
live for the time that whatever time God has given us to be here. We're supposed to live that life to the fullest.
Yes.
So we're gonna jump into a little more on accommodation versus normalization. What's one of your biggest pet peeves about accommodation versus normalization?
I have a lot.
Okay.
Um, one is when I go into a public place, and especially if I'm like with a group of friends and they're able bodied and they want to go upstairs, but I can't go because it's not an elevator.
Mhm.
That is a big issue because if it's a public place, it's supposed to have an elevator. And
Mhm.
so that's one of the things. And one thing that really makes me upset is like um even church for an example, um they always ask you, well, can we pick you up? No. You're not stepping out your comfort zone. Why should I step out of mine?
Yeah.
No, you can't pick me up. You know what
Mm.
I mean? So
'Cause you're
it's
handicapped.
like,
Yeah.
and it's so sad because people rather push you to the side than make it accessible for you.
Mhm.
And
That,
I'm noticing that it's
that's
too much
the.
trouble,
Mhm.
too much money to put this elevator in. So we, you know, we're not just gonna worry about it. So that's one of my biggest pet peeves because you want to feel included. Now you feel bad because your friends want to go upstairs, you know, and you, of course, if they're your real friends, they're not gonna leave you,
Right.
but you still feel bad,
And you don't like you ruined their night either.
Yes,
Yeah, I totally get it. I totally get it.
yes.
What are some other things that bother you?
Um, Public transportation.
Okay.
That's now I do drive. Okay, so yes, I am in a wheelchair
Yes,
and I drive.
and I've been in the car with you.
I didn't say I was a good driver. I said I could drive.
See, I didn't even say it. You said it.
I know. So yeah. But I do have friends who have disabilities who can't drive.
Mm,
And so it's hard for them to get to work sometimes.
no.
It's hard for them just to get around from point A to point B because it takes the bus 3 hours to get to them.
Oh
You
wow.
know.
Yeah.
Um
And I
so
think transportation has gotten worse, especially in cope with the pandemic going on. I think it's gotten 10 times worse than it was. I've caught public transportation in the past and it was rough, but I can only imagine it now.
Mhm.
Especially for somebody that's disabled, and when you're transporting wheelchairs, somebody else may not be able available if their car is not equipped.
Yep.
To, depending on what type of chair you got. So that's the other thing. It's so many barriers that you have to cross or fix in order to be able to do certain things.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, we're gonna jump into life, love, and relationships. How's your love life?
Girl, I knew you were gonna ask me that, man. Um. So I am single,
Okay.
and I do not have a problem with that.
Okay.
I am very content with being single. But don't get it twisted. I have no problem with getting a date.
Okay.
you know. So yes, I chose to be single for right now to just work on my career and trying to start a business. I just to me, and this is just my opinion, for me a relationship is a distraction right now.
Okay. It's nothing wrong.
So yes. So as of right now I'm just single, and I like to date from time to time, but nothing like official.
Nothing official. Ain't nothing wrong with dating around, getting to know what's in the
Yeah, right.
sea. uh, so, do you wish to start your own family and
Yes.
disability makes it hard for you?
Yes. I do want to get married one day. I do want to have my own family. But if it's not in the cards for me, I'm still gonna be content.
Okay.
I thought about like adopting once I get, settled in my career. But honestly, at this point, I'm just gonna pray about it and just be obedient to what God has for me.
Yeah, I definitely believe even in my life, it's God's timing. Um,
Mhm.
and that's just in general because I'm always working anyway. So if I make time for you, I gotta really like you. And so it's pretty much career for me too right now. For the most part, I mean, I'm seeing somebody, but at the same time, I'm really focused on my career. So I definitely understand where you're coming from when you say you're focusing on your career and just waiting on God and see what happens. So it's nothing
Mhm.
and see what happens. So you told us that you're starting a business. Can you tell us a little about it?
Yes. So I don't want to like go into too much detail. But I am starting a business, and one of the things I want to do is help people with disabilities to have a normal and healthy sex life.
Okay.
So, I'm in the process now of trying to create something that would give people with disability that pleasure,
Okay.
because I've noticed that, especially if an individual that may be paralyzed from the waist down, the sensation may not be on the same level as an able body. So
Okay.
I want to make sure that people with disabilities be to be able for them to reach their pleasure,
Okay.
their own way.
Okay.
Because I think everyone should have a safe sex life, you
They should.
know, and people with disabilities shouldn't be discriminated against that.
Right.
So that's one of the things I'm trying to work on is making that happen right now.
Okay. What other ways can able-bodied people help you and help people like you? What can we do? I just want to leave the people with something that we can make a stand as a whole. Sometimes if we don't sit down and talk to people about it and see each other's differences and kind of make a stand for, that purpose, then we don't, we kind of get stuck. But if you can give us, everybody who's listening tonight, some points that we can do, are there particular, what can we do?
One of the things people can do is stop asking certain questions and stop making certain remarks. It is not funny. And I know a lot of people want to lighten the mood. I get that. I understand that. But to some people, it's offensive. Like I said, I know people want to lighten the mood, but if the first time you see me, you shouldn't. The topic shouldn't be about disability.
Right.
That's not who I am. Don't
Mhm.
make you and don't make a joke about it.
Don't add
Just
injury. So,
I'm like, I don't know if you nervous or what, but you know,
yeah, I get it.
you know, or when you going down the hallway, oh, I'm gonna give you a ticket. Can you just ask me how I'm doing?
Yeah.
You know, that's just it's the pet peeve. Like people with disability, and another thing, we are very independent. You
Mm-hmm.
know, if we want help, we know how to ask.
Yeah.
You know, we just want we ask to picture your stuff and ask you, how would you want someone to treat you?
Mm-hmm. So
It's
basically,
just that simple.
we need to have manners. Um, that totally makes perfect sense. And
Mm.
I guess I never thought about it because I'm not like that, and we're friends, of course. But some people can come off rude, and sometimes it's just none of their business. So I mean,
Mhm.
it happens to anybody. I mean, you can go out here and have an accident and end up in paralyzed from the waist down.
Hello.
So, it can happen to anybody. And when you say that, we never know what tomorrow is going to bring. So you have to watch how you treat people, how you talk to people, and how you care for people, because you can be in that same position tomorrow. It may not be how theirs happened, how yours happened, but I could potentially walk out the door and be in an accident and be in a wheelchair for the rest of my life. And then you got to
Mhm.
think about the things that you said to people, how it would come back, because karma is real. Mhm. Yeah,
Mhm.
it always has been and always will be. So
And also, as well, you never know who you entertaining.
never know who you're entertaining.
I
Never.
could be your boss one day. So
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Like you really have to be careful how
Mhm.
you treat people.
Yeah, you
You
do.
know, and there are some people with disabilities you're just not gonna be able to cross. you know,
Because just because I'm in this wheelchair, don't mean I won't hurt you.
okay.
So you want.
So yeah, I think the thing is we just want to feel as if we're not different. We know we're different.
Mhm.
You know, okay, but our disability it doesn't define us. It's
Mhm.
just how we get around. It's just a part of us, but we bring so much more to the table.
Mhm.
But if that's all you see is my disability, you're not giving me a chance.
Mhm. Because you're not getting past that.
You're not getting past that.
You could be the next big case.
And so I think a lot of it comes from just educating people. Because a lot I have to like say, okay, you know what? Some people are just ignorant. They
Mhm.
just don't know.
Mhm.
They just don't know. And so I try to just like take a step back and say, you know what? Let me teach them.
Yeah, you have to educate.
Instead of being mad, let me
Mhm.
just teach them. So
Yeah.
the next person that comes along, they will know. Okay, Taria told me I can't say this. I can't do that.
It's etiquette.
Um. So yeah, I'm just trying to educate individuals. I want to change how people see us.
Yeah.
You know, we have the ability to be CEOs.
Mm-hmm. You definitely have it in you, girl. I can't wait to what you do next. I really can't wait to what you
I
do next.
can't either because I don't know,
You don't even know. I know it's
baby.
gonna be great. I know it's gonna
uh,
start
but
out.
yeah, I think that's the big thing is just trying to normalize how able bodies see individuals with disabilities.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we're not a burden. You know, we could do whatever we capable of doing, and honestly, I think we could do it better.
Okay.
That's just me.
You better have that
That's
confidence.
just my opinion. You know, yeah, we have no problem with starting families. We could start families. One of my other pet peeves is when you see someone, a person with a disability in a relationship with the able body, they assume like we're being used,
Mm-hmm.
or they feel sorry for us, so they're with us.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah.
everybody's not ignorant like you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Like
mean?
able to be loved too. Like it's nothing wrong with my heart. I can
Yep.
love. Like that's crazy. It's
And I
crazy
truly
how
believe
people think
I just believe it's somebody for everybody.
it is. It is. It definitely is. What's some last words you want to leave the people with tonight? Some encouraging words.
Um, I just want people to know that um be patient with us. You still have to be patient with us. Um, but at the same time, don't exclude us just because we may look different than you.
Yes.
We know what we're capable of. All people with disabilities are asking for is a chance to prove what they're capable of. And even with me, I feel like I have to. I'm African American female with a disability. Therefore, I have to work 3 times harder just to
Mm-hmm.
prove my worth. You
Mm-hmm.
know. So I just want to just change the way able bodies view us.
Okay.
And the last thing, like I said before, what if it was you in that situation? What if it was your child in that situation? How would you want someone to address you or your child? If
Definitely.
you don't want them to be disrespectful to you or your child, then you don't be disrespectful to people with disabilities.
Yeah.
If you want someone to give you a chance, then do that for someone with a disability. Put
Definitely.
yourself in our shoes. And
Mm-hmm.
that's how you go about treating individuals with disabilities.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Miss Saria. Let me tell y'all something. I've had the best time of my life with Saria. We got some memories that we don't need to tell nobody. Um, but I've actually, and I tell people all the time, I said, Lord, I said, I don't be having the time like I used to. I said, but I will hang with Taria any day when I can because I've had the best time of my life with her. Like, she's the life of the party. When she says sometimes she can't talk to two people in a room, I'm like, I don't know that Taria. Because the Taria I know lights up the room, takes over the room, and she's definitely a spotlight in the room because her personality just stands out. She's a real cool person. So if y'all ever get to know her on that level, just be ready to have some serious fun, okay? Um, to everybody that's listening, thank you so much. God gave me the vision to start a podcast, and I was like, God, who's gonna listen to me, and why? And I just decided to obey God, and I'm all about healing, talking about real subjects, things that really affect everybody as a whole, not just me.
Mhm.
So in the past I did some topics on relationships, on men with daddy issues. I did a bunch of different subjects. I started my YouTube channel recently. I still need help with it, but if you're listening tonight, please go follow me on YouTube, Coco the Experience. Um, I'm not perfect. I'm working it out. I'm figuring it out as I go. I'm thankful for everybody that believes in me, and wants to come. I have people inboxing me when I took a few weeks off and was like, okay, where's the show? So y'all have really pushed me to continue this podcast, and I'm just gonna do what God said. With people, without people. I do want to give a special thanks to my wonderful sponsor, Anisha Mitchell, owner of Crimey Boutique, located at 2218 31st Street, Ensley, Birmingham, Alabama 35208. You can go shop Monday through Saturday from 9 to 9. She's located right behind Lena's in 5 Points West. Go check her out. Um, and again, I just want to say thank you to Ria for being on tonight's show. Everybody have a
Absolutely.
all right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.